Good morning and welcome to Centers for Spiritual Living Eugene. My name is Kathy Day and I am a practitioner here at the center, and I will be leading our morning meditation. The meditation will run 15 minutes and then the regular service will start at 10:30. So please join with me right now and just take a deep breath. Breathe in the love. Breathe in the love that is as close to us as our next breath. Breathe in the love that is our next breath. Breathe in love and breathe out any resistance to love. Bring in peace through the crown of your head and bring it down, down, down into your body. Bringing it into your head, relaxing your face, your jaw, your neck. Breathe that peace down into your shoulders and back, down through your arms, each joint, all the way down to your fingertips. Bring it down into your heart and your belly, this peace, this love. Let it roll on down into your hips and thighs, down through your knees and ankles, through your heel, through the bottom of your feet, down to each and every toe. Breathing in love, breathing out resistance, and bringing in the peace and running it through your entire body. Imagine a tree, a large maple, and in the fall, all the colors of the leaves are changing. And as the tree has completed its cycle with each leaf falls gently, gently, gently to the ground, carried by the breezes that surround it. You are a leaf at the very top of that tree, and you float gently, gently down till you rest comfortably on the grass beneath the tree. You are bright with color. The temperature is warm, but not too warm, with breezes that keep you comfortable. Like the leaves that fall from the trees, we get to release all that no longer serves us. Autumn is a time of preparation for the winter, of conservation of energy, a reestablishing of our roots and our branches. And these branches go to everywhere we desire, always reaching for greater heights, greater expression of life. And our roots tie us firmly to the ground and gather nourishment, water, and minerals for our greater growth. What a perfect example of life. The releasing of the leaves so the winter storms don't rip off your limbs. The breathing in of oxygen, breathing out of carbon dioxide, and the trees take in the carbon dioxide and release oxygen. So with every breath, we are nourishing our world. With every breath, we are participating in the circulation of life. Take a deep breath in and release it. And allow the flow of life within you, coming up from the ground, pressing against you, vibrating through every cell and atom of your body. You are one with the Great One, the only one, the one power, the one presence that calls all creation into being. And we participate in its creative process with our thoughts, with our emotions, with our beliefs. So we stretch and expand what we believe is possible. We stretch and expand our idea of what is possible for us. And any conditions that come up that says we can't have this if we don't do this first, question them and see if it is really so. Because if anyone has manifested outside those conditions will not bind you either. Step into a greater idea of what and who we are. We are the divine expressions of life, giving life, being life. Through us, in us, as us, we are the life and the love. We are the wisdom. We are the beauty. We are the power. And we are the joy of spirit expressing right here and right now. Simmer in this idea. Let it soak in. Let it permeate all the cells of your body. So you come to know this with your whole body. Breathe in love. Oh, breathe out any resistance. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Gratitude for all things, great and small. From the chair that supports you to the floor beneath your feet, the roof over your head, the relationships, of love and wonder. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude for nature and the lessons of nature that teach us how easy life is when we let it be so. That there is that within us, like there is that within every living thing, that divine intelligence that knows what to do and how to do it, to support that life, to support that being, to support life's greater expression of itself. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude for all the people who have come into your life as teachers, whether they be named teachers or not. All the people who have drawn love from you and let you know about the love within yourself. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude for community centers such as this, a place to be with other people, a place where you can talk about things that other people might think are weird. But this is a safe place to be, a safe place to ask questions, a safe place to express exactly who you are. A community that supports one another and appreciates one another and expands one another. There is goodness right here and right now. Breathe in love. Breathe out gratitude. Breathe out gratitude for the things that happened that didn't seem so spiffy. But looking back at it later, you see that it enabled you to grow, that it enabled you to understand things from a different level, which allowed you to expand as a human being, as a being of life and body and spirit, and all, even the body, is spirit and expression. Give thanks for your body that takes you through your world. And brings you to places of peace. And brings you to creativity that an earlier you would have never imagined. And it is good. Take a deep breath in. And when you're ready, open your eyes and step into your brand new life. And so it is. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Is that good for you? Is that good for you? I'm Sister V, and we are your joy notes. This is
Alice.
and this is.
Naomi.
And if you would please join us in our opening song,
All rise.
if you're able.
I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening up to sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. 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 I am opening.
Take a moment now and embrace your neighbor, share some love, and be sure to silence your cell phones as you do that. And
Give
we'll
it
come-
away.
And if you're joining us from YouTube or Facebook, take a moment to give your cat a hug, your dog a hug,
Send it out, right?
or any animal that you might have in your household. Gerbils as well.
Or plants. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am.
Thank you. Welcome. My name is Sister V, and I am a practitioner in training. If you're here for the first time, we welcome you. If you're joining us by YouTube or Facebook, we welcome you. Thank you for being a part of our community today. And if you are here for the first time, we recommend that you sign up for our newsletter, which is just an email away. If you sign up, just fill out one of these white sheets of paper with your name and email address and some of your other information. and we'll get to you with your email with a newsletter, along with all the events that are going on in the center. And there's so many things. We have a Wednesday night service. We have meditation at 10 o'clock. We have classes that will soon be coming. We have a board meeting this afternoon. So please look for that newsletter when you sign up. I love coming to the center because every time I come, it's always so uplifting and fills me with love and joy. I hope that's why you come too. This teaching, the science of mind principles, is practiced to me. Is something that I practice every day, and it's a daily practice. It's like brushing your teeth. It's like making your bed. It's like, eating. To me, almost, it's food. It's spiritual food. We can't sustain our lives without bread and water, nor can we sustain ourselves without spirit, because we are all filled with spirit, and spirit dwells within each and every one of us. And as we come to realize that, when we come to the center, knowing these things, these principles, and we get these talks from Reverend Linda and from other practitioners in our center to inspire us to do, to think, to be. And as I come to, get that inspiration, I carry it with me throughout the week, reading my Science of Mind magazine, which you can purchase there at in our bookstore or online. I highly recommend that Science of Mind magazine because it's full of stories and just it gives you kind of a daily affirmation that we do here at our center. So it kind of keeps you in the mode, of what we're all about. And I just want to share that love with you. Our topic today by Reverend Linda is the tyranny of or. Okay. And so right now I want to read one of our declaration of principles, our global vision for the Center of Spiritual Living. We envision humanity awakening to its spiritual magnificence and discovering the creative power of thought. I want to read that one more time. We envision humanity awakening to its spiritual magnificence and discovering the creative power of thought. Our practitioner today, Kathy Day, is going to come and set the tone for the day. But before we do that, we're going to sing a little song to get us that way.
So right here and right now, I invite you to take a deep breath, breathing in life, knowing that our body knows what to do with that breath. And breathe out the carbon dioxide that's been gathered up from each and every cell to be expelled by our lungs. This is our perfection. This is the divine intelligence that operates through each and every one of us. As we remember that there is one life, one power, one presence. It is expressing in, as, and through all creation. It is expressing from us as we were called forth into being exactly who we are. No two of us is alike. We breathe in life. And remember that in this oneness, there is goodness for us. And we accept our goodness. In the form of this service, we give thanks for everything that has happened, for this gathering to be. The people who are here, the music, the inspiration, the technology that gathers us together. We give thanks for it all, for it is all an expression of that same one life. We open our hearts and our minds to this morning's message, knowing that there is good in there for us, and we accept it. We accept it like a thirsty man accepts a drink of water. And we know that this will be a good and rewarding use of our time and this space and our being. It is all good. And I release this treatment to the law of mind that takes its impress and makes it so right here and right now. And so it is.
Thank you, Kathy. And as we progress on through our program, we have an October affirmation, and that'll be up on the screen. I'll say it once, and then you guys will repeat it after me. The universe of oneness expresses as limitless potential and possibility. I am curious and vulnerable as I explore how it is never this or that, but always this and that. Together? The universe of oneness expresses as limitless potential, a possibility. I am curious and vulnerable as I explore how it is never this or that, but this and that. Once again, like I said, our topic for the day by Reverend Linda is the tyranny of or. Our practitioner of the day, Kathy Day. But today's music, Mike and Carlene McCornack, will inspire us and get us moving, I'm sure, and fill our hearts with joy. And please welcome them with love as they come up for us.
Good morning. Well, when Reverend Linda sent us the theme for the talk this week, she said it would be fun to choose songs or to think about. So either or one or the other. And as we went through the week, we were thinking about it no matter what we were doing. And the other day I was in the grocery store and I was going to get some beans. I thought, organic or conventional? You know, I think I'm going to go get canned. There's all sorts of different ways to think about that, and change that happens depending on what we decide. So these songs are loosely knit, I think, around the subject. And this one is at the end of the song kind of draws to a close and talks about whatever you choose to do it with everything you have. I remember that day like yesterday, on my bike in waist-high grass, down a narrow, dusty path, alone. I'd ride to the gate where my dreams would wait, and I'd measure every step it would take to clear that fence and get away. Why must I hurry through the garden, raking hop leaves, the trees allowed to fall, answering some quiet, distant call, someone's voice, nature's way, another life, another day. I remember that day like yesterday, when the leaves were golden brown, October's coming round again. When the sun sinks so low and feels so close, and the geese begin to fly and call across the smoky sky and settle down. Why must I hurry through the garden, raking hop leaves, the trees allowed to fall, answering some quiet, distant call, someone's choice, nature's way, another life, another day. It may be the wrong thing in the wrong way, the right one, the right place to go. Whatever the choice, give it breath and give it voice, and the best you can with what you know. I remember that day like yesterday, where I stood and how you looked, and all the years it took to understand. When time moved too fast, then moved too slow, like October's golden rose that bloomed and had to close before the frost. Why must I hurry through the garden, raking hop leaves, the trees allowed to fall, answering some quiet, distant call, someone's choice, nature's way, another life, another day. I remember that day like yesterday, when the leaves were golden brown. October's coming round again. Thank you.
As we come to that part of our service, to get receptive for the message.
Breathing in, God is. Breathing out, I am. The in-breath and the out-breath, though opposite, work together. Breath, respiration. Spirit, inspiration. Spirare, and the Spirit of God was on the face of the waters. The breath of God was on the face of the waters. Breathing in, breathing out. A continuous working together. A continuous flow. Breath. Spirit. Life. Grateful to remember I am here. Life is here. Am I breathing? Or is life breathing me? I let go. I let good be good in me. I let life be life in me. And it is good. And so it is. Thank you, Matt. And before we get started, I have to comment on this exquisite altar that Sister V created for us this week. It is just, I don't know how it captures for those at home, but here it is just exquisite. It's just exquisite. So we are playing with paradox. We are playing with polarities. We are playing with things in opposition. And the first week of the month, I looked at the whole idea of the breath. Because breathing in is completely opposite from breathing out. And if I really, really hang on to breathing in because it brings oxygen into my body and it makes me feel better and it's all good, and I never breathe out, I'm going to get sick and die. And if I leap before I die to the other polarity of breathing out and just say, okay, I'm going to stick with breathing out then, the same situation happens. It's in the working together of the two polarities. It's in the working together of the in-breath and the out-breath that the natural order of rhythm of life comes together in the third way. And if only we could see all the polarities in our life in the same way, that each of them has a truth, a validity, a power, a lesson we need to learn, a good that is there for us, so that we can come to a third way that doesn't involve anybody dying. And with what's going on in the world right now, I'm thinking of Abraham Lincoln. We are now engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. I believe we are. I believe we can. I believe we will. I believe we do. When we wake up to the fact that there are not just two, there are numerous sides to every story. We are in a compound, complex world with all kinds of things going on. And our work is to slowly but surely pry our white-knuckled fingers off of the truth that we're holding so we can see the truth in what the other is holding. And next week we'll be talking about the genius of the and. But this week we're talking about the tyranny of the or. And the reminder that the opposite of any absolute truth is actually another absolute truth. You know, Robert Fulghum covered this really beautifully in his writings, and I, you know, the idea that this is true. You know, fools rush in where angels fear to tread, but he who hesitates is lost. Both of these are true stories. Both of these are the truth, and we have to moderate. When do we do which? What do we do with each one? When we're working with polarities, with paradox, we have the opportunity to go deep, and that's what we're going to talk about today, is how or keeps us in the shallow end of the pond, or keeps us from seeing what more could be there. And I, last night in my English major, rite of passage, what I always tend to do, and I thought, why would I look at a tiny little word like or to find out what the etymology of it is? Well, I did it. Woe. From the Middle English, or is a contraction of the word other. Ooh, that was what I went, ooh, oh, wow. That's intriguing. It otherizes. The very nature of the word or otherizes. Are you a this or a that? Are you here or are you other? Richard Rohr, who I think many of you are familiar with, he's brilliant, and I get his daily read. And last week, amazingly enough, it was on polarities. Polarities, dualisms, and seeming opposites are not opposites at all, but part of a hidden and rejected wholeness. The task of true religion is to rebind, in Latin, religio, what is torn apart by temperament, ignorance, and institutionalized evil. There is a hidden wholeness in all things, Thomas Merton. There is a wholeness in everything. Everything is part of one infinite whole. And yet we've been trained down through the years. We're programmed to work from either or thinking. Do you want the red one or the blue one? Do you want vanilla or chocolate? Do you want this or that? Do you want to do this before we have supper, or do you want to do it after we have supper? Do you want to this or that, this or that, this or that, this or that? All of our life, everything is a this or that answer, even in elementary school. Which is the right answer, this or that? We're taught that whatever we pick is right, and whatever we don't pick is wrong. And that wires us into it makes us tend to be unable and unwilling to look at solutions that may exist when we open and embrace a new way of thinking, when we're open to and embracing a new way of thinking. But this is what I've always done. I've always had chocolate. I couldn't possibly, decide between the two. I mean, what if I got a half a scoop of chocolate and a half a scoop of vanilla? I'm still getting a whole scoop of ice cream. Just part chocolate, part vanilla. It's both. It's not or. You can be my friend or you can't be my friend. No. You can be my friend and we can be having a bad day. But it doesn't mean you're not my friend anymore. We're so programmed from childhood in very innocent little ways, not ways that, yes, there are some parents out there who are teaching as Barbara so beautifully taught at the conference when she had Laurie Jones sing "You've Got to Be Taught" from South Pacific. You've got to be taught at a very young age how to hate. You've got to be taught how to let go of things that are beautiful. But for the most part, we're not taught that we have no other options. It's not the way they want to, our parents and our teachers want us to think, because later on they give us critical thinking and want us to expand ourselves. I would like to say it would really be good to start with critical thinking way down here. And then maybe we could be a both-and group much sooner. More Richard Rohr. Information tends to break things apart into competing ideologies. Wisdom, received through contemplative seeing, puts things back together again. Information breaks it down. Wisdom, when we contemplate it, puts things back together. Contemplation is a way of seeing things beyond the surface of things that moves people toward credible action. Hello. The ability to meet reality in its most simple and direct form. When I let go of my judgments, my agenda, my emotive life, my attachment to my positive or negative self-image, I am naked, poor, and ready for the big truths. When I let go of all the things I am holding on to, but this is the way I've always done it. But this is how I know how to do it. But I've always gone this way. Jim Lockhart and his wife Dorianne were here a few years ago, and it was, remember when 11th Avenue was under construction forever? And I wanted to get someplace out on 11th Avenue, and you just had to slog through this horrific mess of traffic. Well, I'm with Jim and Dorianne, riding with them out to the vineyards, the fancy-dancy one out there on the hill. Yes, King's Estate, thank you. So, and instead of turning where we'd normally turn, he kept going. And I'm going, I didn't say anything, but I'm going, well, he's not from the area, but, maybe he's, he's using Google or, he's doing, GPS or what. And he went down and he went to this other little quick turnoff after the coastal livestock thing. And we went down this back road through this beautiful forested country and over a little hill, and suddenly we were at Bailey Hill Road and 11th, and we had bypassed all of that. Now, in my book, he was going the wrong way, and I hope we didn't get lost, but I found a new way, and that's the only way I travel now. I don't even go down 11th with all the stoplights and everything. I can go this back road and drive through trees instead of businesses. Woo! But that's the thing. I have to let go of how I've always done it to get something new. My Reverend Tony Hagee from Canada has said, the price of the life of your dreams is the life that you're living. You cannot have what you want until you let go of what you have, which is just another way of saying you must die in order to live. The master teacher, Jesus, never meant that we were supposed to die. He meant that we were supposed to die to the old and be born to the new. To let go of what we've done and be open to the new. To be open to different ways of seeing things and doing things and talking about things. Or locks us into old ideas that we held in the past that may have worked but do not have answers for what we're going through now. When we're in well, this is mine. This is who I am. This is what I've always done. This is how I know to do it. I have to let go of that to see that maybe in this situation, your solution is way more better than my solution. Or that my piece has a piece of what your solution has been needing all this time. And the two of us together can come up with something that is truly and wondrously allowing us both to grow. The thought activist and poet and essayist Jung Pueblo. His name is Hernandez, but he goes by Y-U-N-G and P-U-E-B-L-O, means young people. And not that we're talking about young people, but that we are young as a people. We are still kind of going through our, as people, our beginning stages. Do not think in extremes. The answer is rarely all or nothing. Skillful action is finding pathways even amidst contradictory options. Solutions are found by going beyond the superficial to the subtle. Find the middle path and challenge yourself to think deeper. There's that third way again. There's that middle path again. There's that not this or this, but this. When I can, and oh my, it's hard to let go of what I know, what I think. I think most of you are aware I had cataract surgery this week, and I really didn't realize how much I'm going to start crying, how much I had around cataract surgery. I remember when my grandfather had it done, And this was back in the 50s, and you had to lay on your back for like 3 months so you didn't dislodge the corneas. And my grandfather and grandmother had these very dear friends, Chelsea and Bertha Lathrop, who had kids the same age as my mom and her siblings. And I knew them all my life, but Chelsea, when he had his surgery done after 2 weeks, he said, "This is BS, I'm going to get up." And he dug some post holes and he dislodged both his corneas, and he was completely blind for the rest of his life. And he sold brooms door to door to make a living. Well, I went in, I'm going in, it's just this new modern surgery, it's outpatient, they don't even really put you under, it's going to be fine. I was traumatized. I just came apart. Not in the office, thankfully, but I've been weepy, as you can tell, ever since. Because I was holding on to these old stories about Grampy and Chelsea and what could happen. And I had a lot of fear. And I'm ready to let that go because I got to go back next week and do it again. You know. But I'm fine. I'm walking, talking. I can see you. I drove to my post-op the next morning. You know, it's all good and fine. But it's just, we hold on to stuff that isn't even in our conscious mind. But when stuff comes up, that comes out of us. And we have to do the work of letting go of the old story. Not that I don't love Chelsea and Bertha and Rachel and Betty, they're kids. I'm not letting go of them, but I'm letting go of the story about what happened to Chelsea and how it has any impact on me. It's how we don't forget what happened, but we don't give it power anymore. This is what Dr. Holmes teaches. It isn't that there aren't evil acts out there, but there isn't a power for evil drawing us in. We have to simply be with what is and not give it power. That's what Viktor Frankl taught as well. I am not giving you the power to take up residence in my mind and make me hate you. I can't do that. So I can't give this old belief and feeling power anymore. So we have to be willing to let go of what we've always known and step into what we know is possible. Don't you think, I mean, there's a part of me that is so incredibly, I'm a bit of a Pollyanna. I always think things are going to turn out for the best. I always know things are going to turn out for the best. I always believe the best in people. I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt if I possibly can. And there's a place in me that even when things are going awful, I know there's a better way. I may not know what it is, but there's a place in me that knows there's a better way than this. Charles Eisenstein, who's one of our modern thinkers as well, has written a book called The More Beautiful World Our Hearts Know Is Possible. And I just love that. That speaks so deeply to my soul. The more beautiful world our hearts know is possible. Let yourself just absorb that idea for a moment, because we all have, I don't care how many years we have on this planet, there's still a place in our heart that knows something so much better is possible. There's a part in us that remembers who we are and where we come from. Chris Ashley, who is one of the young adults, one of the next gen people in the organization, and she was the one who wrote this month's outline, had a paragraph here that I really want to share with you, because it is about letting go of or, letting go of either or. We no longer get to choose between economic growth or taking care of people, technological advances or preserving the environment, being conservative or liberal, tearing our societal systems down or holding them up no matter what. Good for the many or good for the few. Taking care of ourselves or taking care of others. Personal safety or collective freedom. The list goes on and on. Instead, we must focus on finding new solutions, setting aside our differences and working together and working towards a third way. The more beautiful world we know is possible is a third way we haven't tried yet. We are the ones who are going to be doing this. I don't care if we're 18 or 88. We're the ones who are going to be doing this. When we let go of or, we are releasing the old story and moving through the empty space between the stories into the new story. It's going to be rocky. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to feel unnerving. Chaos creates the new order. That's science. Out of chaos comes the new order. This liminal space, this space between what was and what will be, can only come when we release the tyranny of the or, the grip of the or. This and that. It was a few years ago when Christy Snow and Jack Fowler did the retreat up at St. Benedict. And I stayed after for a few days, and I was working on their Sunday morning lesson. And I needed to do a lot more journaling and thinking through it. And that was when I came to, I've been living either or all my life, and I have to be both and now. I absolutely have to be both and. And it's like pulling yourself up by the roots and repotting yourself. Because then you discover how cramped your root ball actually was and how little space you had to get nutrients. And now there's so much more room. There's so much more that can happen when I let go of either or thinking. Think about it. Thank you. And it is time for the blessing of the offering, and I need the song leaders to come up and get things ready. And then if you have a gift, oh, Dale, mine is there. Would you hand it to me so I can don't put it over your microphone. Put your gift over your heart. And if you're not giving a gift today, if you give online or you give otherwise, just hold the energy of that giving in your hand right now. And trust and know that good and only good comes because I'm giving this from a space of love. Repeat after me. I bless this gift, knowing it is the circulation of divine good. Knowing it is the circulation of divine good. And so it is.
Everything in this world goes around, flowing with abundance, it knows no bounds. Giving and receiving, we circulate the love with gratitude and knowing there's always enough. We give thanks. We give thanks. We give thanks with this offering. We give thanks. We give thanks. We give thanks for everything. We give thanks. We give thanks. We give thanks with this offering. We give thanks. We give thanks. We give thanks for everything.
I'm delighted because when Tabor Darland was here, who wrote that song, she was here for Sunday morning. She said, "Oh my God, I love the claps. I'm going to have to add that at our center." So we are blessed because we have another song from Mike and Carlene.
before we do the song, we're going to give a little thanks. It's always a pleasure to play with Mo and Matt. It just gets in. And we appreciate the sound crew upstairs for making everything come out. It's, you know, we don't get to do what we do without a whole lot of other people doing what they do, so. Thank you. How clear now is my memory, the year not long forgotten, when the mist lay on the pasture in the lowlands by the bay. A gentle grove of giants sang the wind a lonely harmony. The low and ancient melody was asking me to stay. My home around a fire, the air was filled with music of our voices and the instruments my friends and I would play. But as I turn my heart to listen, the memory grows dim. The sun into the mist on the horizon makes its way. Those days are gone and I am too. Sometimes my life and I divide on what to do, and the way I make my living so far from how I live. It's tearing up my heart and something's got to give. Something's got to change in my life. Time was not so long ago that life was filled with certainty. I had no doubt my destiny was firmly in my hands. The dream was such a part of me, the music came as easily as wind across the water or the surf upon the sand. But vision, oh sweet vision, to my eyes no longer see, is the shadow cast by yesterday the only thing that's true? Well, and damn the thief that time is, and bless the memories, and I won't give up the moment that I'm sharing now with you. Days are gone and I am too. Sometimes yesterday takes me away from you, and I want to live this moment the best that I can live. It's tearing up my heart, there's so much I want to give. Something's got to change in my life.
Thank you.
Bless you both. I listen to you, and every time you're here, I'm like 16 years old all over again. Those harmonies just reach my soul. Thank you. Announcements. So I'm going to go through these quickly because we're running a little bit long. I talk too much today. I'm sorry. The Men's Coffee Tuesdays at 10 a.m. They've been averaging 5 to 7 guys each week at the Fifth Street Market, and that's wonderful. So if you're a guy and you're available on Tuesdays at 10 a.m., go to the food court and meet up with the guys and have a nice visit. Wednesday gathering is moved to 5:30 to 6:30. Last week they did it in the meditation room because they were doing a visioning, but for the most part it's going to be out here in the sanctuary. Please join us for music, discussion, and a midweek spiritual boost. And next week, I don't know that. No, we don't have a thing. But next week, this week we've got a regular one, and then. There's a slide. No. There is a slide for it? Okay, never mind. Never mind, go back. Okay. Annual gathering is this afternoon. If we can start before noon, we will. I brought bruschetta, homemade, and some spinach dip and bread, and I got a little one of those cracker and cheese and meat plates, and there's some cookies left over from the Death Cafe. So we'll have some, so you won't starve to death if you stay for the annual meeting, okay? We won't let that happen. But we're gonna be electing new officers. We're gonna be talking about the future and making plans. And this year, it's an all bets are off annual meeting. Everyone is invited. I don't care if you're a member. I don't care if you're not a member. I don't care if you've ever voted. I don't care if you've never voted. You're welcome to be here and be part of the gathering. Patricia Parrott, would you stand, please, so people can see you? Oh, she can't because she's in the kitchen bringing all my stuff out. But she's doing this beautiful fundraiser, which is energy work that she does, and instead of paying her, you pay the center, and we've raised over $400 so far. So I want to thank you and her for making this happen. Soup for the Soul is every Thursday at noon. This Thursday, Sharon McMahon is going to lead the discussion, and Sandra Chavez is making the soup, and I will be baking the bread on Wednesday afternoon to soothe my soul, because on Thursday I will be getting my other eye done. So, but this week the discussion is on the threefold nature, which is like the Trinity. It's every faith has this threefold prong thing. On November 1st, we're doing a celebration of departed souls. It is going to be amazing. There will be an ofrenda starting Monday of this week, so you can bring in things. It's going to celebrate Dia de los Muertos. It is going to celebrate Samhain, which is Celtic New Year, and it is going to celebrate All Saints' Day. So all these, there's very major places in the world that celebrate the 1st of November as a key point in the year. And so we're going to be doing that. So it's going to be a longer session. There will be treats, but it's going to be 6 to 8 p.m. instead of the normal 5:30 to 6:30. So we're letting everybody know that in advance. Our book boutique has all kinds of awesome stuff. If you find something in there you want, go into the office and pay Dale today. Plenty of things for you to do. I'm not going to go into that right now. I want to thank Amara Milan, for the fabulous artwork that she has put up here, and it is all for sale. And practitioner introduction by our beloved practitioner of the day, Kathy Day. Have a beautiful day, Kathy Day.
A happy Kathy Day. Yes, we have practitioners here to serve you, to treat for you, to know for you your highest and best, your expanded good. And please take advantage of this opportunity to connect with a practitioner for a miracle minute and shift your consciousness. Will the practitioners stand up and introduce themselves?
It appears that we're it today. Well, Donna's at teen camp.
Yes.
Donna's at Young Adult Next Gen Camp.
Yes, and I'm Kathy Day. So come and see one of us, and we'll be happy to pray for you, to know for you, and to expand your idea of who you are. Thank you.
Everybody please stand. We're going to sing the peace song.
To be with God.
And
And so it is.
so it is.